Bringing you the news from Sri Lanka and across your world, it's a national news broadcast of Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. I'm Siobhan Pereira.
And I'm Kasani Balachandra Adhikari. Let's start off with a look at your headlines for tonight. President emphasizes in addition to the government and private sectors, a people's sector will be established. Samagi Janasandhana formed. National People's Power says no alliances will be formed. Presidential candidate Vijayadasa Rajapaksa says his faction has the majority right to Sri Lanka Freedom Party. Minister Pavitra Vaniarachi to support President Ranil Wickremesinghe. United National Party Central Committee to extend complete support to independent candidate President Ranil Wickremesinghe. Nobel Peace Prize winner Muhammad Yunus to lead Bangladesh caretaker government. Sri Lanka defeats India after 27 years. We move on to those and other stories in detail, and in your top local story tonight, Samagi Jana Balavegya formed the Samagi Jana Sandhanaya today.
It was held with the participation of party leaders Sajith Premadasa. Parliamentarians Rauf Hakim, Mano Ganesan, Palini Digambaram, V. Radhakrishnan, G.L. Piris, Dalasalha Peruma, Dayasiri Jayasekara and former parliamentarian Arjuna Ranatunga, as well as party and alliance members were present at this event. The agreement was signed by leader of Samagi Jana Balavegya, Sajith Premadasa. Leader of the Samagi Jana Balavegya, Sajith Premadasa, said that this is the first step towards the nation-building journey. He said that they have the best group in this journey. He said that the Samagi Jana Balavegya and the Samagi Jana Sandhanaya will become the voice for the voiceless. He said that apart from the election victory, he will continue to treat everyone as his own family member, despite the religion, ethnicity, social status, political party or community. Parliamentarian Dalasalha Peruma said that he reached this decision with confidence. He said that as the most suitable solution, opposition leader Sajith Premadasa will be appointed as the caretaker of the country on the September 22nd. Therefore, he said that there is no need to have 3 to 4 camps or the second and the third preference in this regard. Parliamentarian Rauf Hakim said that over 100 members of the Supreme Council expressed their views. He said that following discussions, the Politburo firmly said that the pledge to agree with the decision taken by the leader should be unanimously declared by the parliamentary group and active politicians. He said that their selection for the parliamentary election was opposition leader Sajith Premadasa.
හැමදෙනාම එකතුව ප්‍රකාශ කළ යුතුයි කියලා අපේ දේශපාලන මණ්ඩලයේ තරයෙන්ම කියා සිටියා. ඉන් පසුව
Parliamentarian Mano Ganesan said that opposition leader Sajith Premadasa has built a platform for all Sri Lankans to gather together.
සිංහල භාෂාව දෙවෙනි පාස කතා කරන ඉංග්‍රීසි කතා කරන අපි ශ්‍රී ලාංකිකයන්ට එක වෙන්න පුළුවන් වේදිකාවක් සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාස පැත්තට අදලා දීලා තියෙනවා. ඒක විශ්වාසය. ලක්ෂ 55 කරන්න.
Parliamentarian Dayasiri Jayasekara said that all these leaders will rally together to increase 5.5 million to 6.5 million to 6.9 million to 7 million. Parliamentarian Professor G.L. Piris said that there is a timely need to appoint a president who could gather all social segments and to end the dark age. Therefore, he said that all should rally together for September 21st. Parliamentarian V. Radhakrishnan said that recently he went to a school for a prize giving with 1,500 scholarship students in Hatton. He said that when the teachers inquired from the students who the current president is, the students replied by saying President Ranil Wickremesinghe. He said that they asked when the next election is and the students replied by saying September 21st. He said that when the teachers asked who is the next president, all the students replied Sajith Premadasa.
සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාස කියලා. ඒ පස් ස්කෝලර්ෂිප් ළමයින්ට ඒක කියන්න පුළුවන් එක කියන්න තමයි මම මෙතන කැමති වුණේ.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe emphasizes that in addition to the government
and private sectors, a people sector will be established to uplift the people economy. He highlighted that the cooperative society will be the driving force of this people sector and is committed to building a strong and independent cooperative system in the country. President Ranil Wickremesinghe made these remarks while addressing the meeting held at the Sri Lanka Exhibition and Convention Centre in Colombo yesterday to discuss the future direction of the cooperative society. Heads of cooperative societies and members were present at this occasion. President Ranil Wickremesinghe received a proposal with views and opinions over the future measures pertaining to the betterment of the cooperative society. Those who completed the Cooperative Development Advanced Level course received their certificates from the President. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that they are working to develop the country's economy to eliminate poverty. Poverty cannot be addressed merely by protesting or chanting slogans. Alongside these efforts, he said that the plan is to implement a program to support and strengthen small businesses and sole proprietors and aim to continue this program over the next 5 years. In a traditional economy, he said that there are only the government and private sectors. He said that he intends to introduce a third sector, the people sector. To make this effective, he said that the cooperative society will drive the sector, providing opportunities for people to enhance their income through the cooperative system. He added that farmers will have the opportunity to access market networks through the agricultural modernization program facilitated by the cooperative system. To achieve this, he said that the cooperative system needs to be fully developed and the people sector must be implemented. He said that they require a robust and independent cooperative movement to establish this sector. The current cooperatives law and system are inadequate for this purpose and a new approach is necessary. Minister Nalin Fernandez said that the nation is facing a crucial election and that it will shape the future of the country. 2 years ago, the people could not even consider the future due to the economic crisis. However, he said that President Ranil Wickremesinghe has restored economic stability within a short period and people should acknowledge his achievements. State Minister Shantha Bandara said that in the past they encountered numerous crises, but President Ranil Wickremesinghe did not shy away from the challenges. Had he not taken charge, the State Minister said that the country could have ended up like Bangladesh. President Ranil Wickremesinghe is a remarkable leader and they extend their respect to him for his commitment to rebuilding the country.
In more local news now, the executive member of the National People's Power, Nalinda Jayasinghe, says that they will not proceed forming alliances in a similar manner to the Samagi Jana Sandhanaya, which was established today. He made these remarks while speaking to the media today. Executive member of the National People's Power, Nalinda Jayasinghe, said that the opposition leader Sajith Premadasa has claimed that this is the biggest alliance formed in the Sri Lankan political history. However, he pointed out that this is the same group of political parties and other organizations which have been working with the Samagi Jana Balawegaya in the last 5 years. He said that certain political parties and candidates contested in the 2020 parliamentary election under the Samagi Jana Balawegaya list. He pointed out that the Samagi Jana Balawegaya is attempting to show that these political parties and politicians have now come forward to form an alliance. He pointed out that the opposition leaders' tactics are quite outdated. He said that the political leadership required to lead the country forward could not be seen with this alliance. However, he said that the National People's Power will not resort to such tactics.
Presidential candidate Vijayadasa Rajapaksa says that the Sri Lanka Freedom Party faction sided with him has more right to the party. He made these remarks during a media briefing held regarding the alliance formed by parliamentarian Dayasri Jayasekara with Samagi Jana Balawegaya. Parliamentarian Vijayadasa Rajapaksa said that parliamentarian Dayasri Jayasekara has no right to represent Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna. He said that 12 members of Sri Lanka Freedom Party are currently working with him, while 3 members are with Minister Nimal Siripala de Silva. He said that over 220 members of the Executive Committee of Sri Lanka Freedom Party are currently working with him. Therefore, he pointed out that the party mechanism is with him. However, he said that even though an injunction order has been acquired preventing him from functioning as the chairman of the party, they have organized the countrywide political campaign based on Sri Lanka Freedom Party. He said that in media it was reported that the United People's Freedom Alliance has entered into an agreement. However, he said that this alliance was formed by him with late Mangala Samaravira to contest a new election following the dissolution of then Ranil Wickremesinghe government. He said that this party has been terminated by the Election Commission. Therefore, there is no use in reaching an agreement with a defunct party.
එක එක්කෙනාගේ අතට ගිහින් මැතිවරණ කොමිසම විසින් අවලංගු කරපු පක්ෂයක්. ඉතින් අවලංගු කරපු පක්ෂයක් එක්ක කවුරු හෝ කුමන කිවිසුමක් අත්සන් කරත් ඒකේ කිසි ප්‍රයෝජනයක් නැහැ.
Minister Pavitra Vaniarachi says that she has decided to extend her support for President Ranil Wickremesinghe, who is contesting the presidential election as an independent candidate. She said that she will continue to extend her support to the president while remaining in the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna. Minister Pavitra Vaniarachi has indicated that she made this decision based on the request of the majority Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna party members in Ratnapura district. She has mentioned that it is her belief that the country requires a leader who could take direct and practical decisions to further build the nation, which was stabilized with the sacrifices made by all.
Ila Makkal Purachi Viduthalai Munnani party chairman Suresh Premachandran says former parliamentarian P. Aryanethiran will contest the presidential elections as an independent candidate. He made these remarks during a media briefing held in Jaffna today.
Now, President's advice on climatic changes, Ruwan Wijewardena, says that all should support the president, who is leading a bankrupt nation towards a booming economy to create a better future for the public. He made these remarks during a media briefing held under the theme Ekwa Jayagamu. President's advice on climatic changes, Ruwan Wijewardena, said that the current president in 2001 was unable to complete the tenure of his premiership following a dispute with former President Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga. He said that other parties with false allegations defeated the current president back then when he was converting a negative economy to a positive one. He said that in 2005 he lost the election when the LTTE forcefully prevented the public in the northern province from voting during the election. Also, he said that in 2015 the good governance regime under his leadership managed to launch a progressive economic program, but the Easter attack prevented the progression of these efforts. He said that they are aware the way the country was bankrupt. He said that people are also aware the amount of work carried out by President Ranil Wickremesinghe in the last 2 years. He said that the nation is given with a valuable opportunity to extend the president's term by another 5 years in an effort to continue the program to further strengthen the economy. He said that all should gather together to instill developments in the country and reap benefits.
හරි සංවර්ධනයක් ඇති කළේ සංවර්ධනයෙන් ප්‍රතිලාභ තමුන්නාසල ලබා ගන්නට නම් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම අපෝ අපිත් එක්ක එකතු වෙන්න.
United National Party's Central Committee decided today to extend support to independent candidate President Ranil Wickremesinghe. The Central Committee was convened today under the patronage of parliamentarian Vajira Abeyewardena. Parliamentarian Vajira Abeyewardena said that the United National Party Central Committee convened and decided that the party should not contest at the elections and should extend their complete support to President Ranil Wickremesinghe. He said that an agreement was reached for all UNP members to extend their fullest support for President Ranil Wickremesinghe.
පූර්ණ සහයෝගය එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ සමස්ත සමාජිකයන් විසින් ලබා දී යුතු බවත් අපි තීරණයකට එළඹුණා. ඒ තීරණය අනුව සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම සමස්ත එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂය ක්‍රියා කරනවා කියලා මේ අවස්ථාවේදී මතක් කරන්න කැමතියි.
Another 2 independent candidates placed deposits for the presidential election today. So far, 24 candidates have placed deposits. Former parliamentarian D. M. Bandaranaike placed his deposit as an independent contestant. Former parliamentarian Sidney Jayaratna also placed his deposit as an independent candidate.
Sri Lanka's first female news anchor, award-winning veteran announcer Sumanane Lampitia bids farewell to the nation today. The final rites will be held on Saturday at the Porella Cemetery.
ආයුබෝවන් රූපවාහිනී ප්‍රධාන ප්‍රවෘත්ති මම රොස්මන් සේනාරත්න
මම සුවනන් එල්ලම්පිටිය
අධිකරණ සේවා සංගමයේ වාර්ෂික සම්මේලනය අද කොළඹ අලුත්කඩේ උසාවි සංකීර්ණයේදී පැවැත්වුණි.
She was 80 years of age at her demise. Born on the 23rd of May in 1944, late Sumanane Lampitia became the first female news anchor in the country. Following the taking over of the first television channel by the government, which was initiated in the beginning of the 80s, she gained the opportunity to read news for the first time. She read news on the Panorama television news magazine for the first time on the 12th of March in 1981. Subsequently, she joined the national television to read news along with Rosman Senaratna. Hence, she became the first female news anchor of the national television. Joining Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation on the 1st of July in 1967, late Sumanane Lampitia continued to serve the national radio for a long period as a leading announcer. She was a mother of 2 children. Her remains are currently kept at her residence in Torrington Gardens in Colombo 7. Her remains will then be brought to Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation premises on Saturday at 3 p.m. for the public to pay their last respects. The final rites will be held on the same day at 5 p.m. at the Porella Cemetery.
ප්‍රධාන ආරාධිතයා වූයේ අමාත්‍ය
We move on with more news. An additional sum of $590,000 have been received by the Children of Gaza Fund. The official handover to the Palestinian government took place yesterday at the Presidential Secretariat under the patronage of President Ranil Wickremesinghe. The official documents were presented by President Wickremesinghe to Palestinian Ambassador to Sri Lanka Dr. Zuhair M.H. Zaid and the resident representative of the UNDP in Sri Lanka, Azusa Kubota. The government of Sri Lanka previously extended financial assistance of $1 million to cover the essential expenses of nearly 1 million children trapped in the Gaza Strip due to the war. Acting Minister of Foreign Affairs Taraka Balasurya and Secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Aruni Wijewardena were also present at the handover ceremony.
2 medical amendment bills were passed in Parliament with amendments today. Now let's take a look at several views shared in the Parliament today. Minister Dr. Ramesh Patirana said that at present multi-specialist doctors who left the country for better opportunities show a tendency of returning back to the country. He said that doctors who were on long-term holidays are now returning to complete the service period in Sri Lanka, which is a positive tendency. He said that the Health Ministry has identified 862 essential medicines, and out of which there was a shortage of 260 during last year. However, he said that at present it has scaled down to 52, and therefore he said that the situation will be normalized in the coming days.
හිගතාවේ හැටියට වාර්තා වෙන්නේ 52ක පමණ ප්‍රමාණයක් මේ ඖෂධ 52 හිග වුණාට ඒවා අපි ඕඩර් කරලා තියෙනවා දැනට ලැබෙමින් පවතින සමහරක් ඒවා අපිට විශ්වාසයෙන් සඳහන් කරන්න පුළුවන් ඉදිරි කාලය තුලදී මේ තත්ත්වය වඩාත් යහපත් වෙලා වඩාත් හොඳ තත්ත්වයට ඖෂධ තත්ත්වය පත් වෙයි කියලා. මීට වසරකට පෙර අපේ
Parliamentarian Professor Chandra Jayasumana said that the confidence on the health sector prior to a year was at a lower level. He said that the minister took up this daunting challenge and managed to reinstill the confidence back within the public. He also said that both of them were health ministers and representing the medical sector, and in Parliament usually people criticize others. However, there's no appreciation when good deeds are done. Parliamentarian Dr. Kavinda Javadana said that as a doctor who has received foreign education, children who enroll with leading 1,000 medical universities will gain the opportunity to enter the health sector by completing Act 16 and ERPM. He said that this can be considered as a progressive program.
Now, the British Council Sri Lanka is screening the Oliver Award-winning play Dear England, a production which sold out in London's West End, having captivated audiences and critics alike. Now, this play, written by James Graham and directed by Rupert Gould, will be screened this weekend in Colombo and in Jaffna.
Dear England,
Dear England is a play about winning and losing, this being the England football team. There is a fair sprinkling of the latter. It is a play about leadership and solidarity, about the way myths of past greatness can entrap the audiences, and about changing the narrative. We are going to write our own story. Former England men's national football coach Southgate tells his young football squad as he introduces psychologist Pippa Grange into the mix.
I saw the manual preparation.
What is all this we're hearing on the top floor? Share your doubts, feelings.
Come on in! Should we all of us collectively say something, maybe?
You think it's that easy?
You haven't walked away from that spot. You're still there.
I think I may have let them down.
Your clock is still ticking. Beginning, middle.
And with that, we break for a moment. Be back with the foreign news items right after this. Stay tuned.
Kamuda macang, prima kotumi, fantamai.
And we are back with foreign developments. Nobel Prize-winning economist Muhammad Yunus has returned to Bangladesh to head the interim government after weeks of student-led protests forced Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to resignation.
Muhammad Yunus was picked by President Mohammad Shahabuddin to lead an interim government, fulfilling a key demand of the student protest leaders. Muhammad Yunus said that it's good to be back in his motherland after touching down at Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport in the capital Dhaka. Muhammad Yunus further stated that within the next 90 days to set an election to overcome the difficulties the country faced. He also was expected to head first to a meeting with the army chief and the president before being sworn in at 8 p.m. with his arrival to take over as interim leader, declaring there's a lot of work to be done in Bangladesh. The decision to name Muhammad Yunus as chief advisor of the interim government followed a meeting between President Mohammad Shahabuddin, military leaders and student leaders.
Hundreds of Palestinian families who have fled Israeli attacks and sought refuge in Deir al-Balah in the central Gaza Strip are exposed to various diseases in tents lacking hygienic conditions. Due to the extreme overcrowding of the camps, lack of hygiene and the accumulation of wastewater in the area, Gazan children are visiting the health tent in the area with complaints of skin diseases, scabies and rashes. Palestinian doctors working in the health tent are trying to treat the children with limited resources. With the population in the camp increasing and the infrastructure in the area destroyed, wastewater has reached living areas, warning that hygienic conditions cannot be ensured in the region where access to water is limited. The wastewater flowing from the streets and seeping into the tents has caused an increase in insects, leading to various diseases.
A Yemeni official said that today that 30 people were reported dead and hundreds displaced in flooding in the southern city of Hodeidah following several days of heavy rains. Hodeidah, the southwestern city of Taiz and the northwestern city of Hajar were all hit hard by floods this week during Yemen's ongoing seasonal rainfall that caused flooding that swept Mendes has been named vice-captain of the team. Senior cricketers Angelo Matthews and Dinesh Chandimal have been named to the squad. Meanwhile, Pathum Nissanka and Jeffrey van der Sey have also been named to the squad. The first test between Sri Lanka and England will begin on the 21st of August and the second and the third test matches will begin on the 29th of August and 6th of September.
That was a look at your news here.